Hi again. Now we're going to talk about creating good search terms. And we're going to start with a question from a former student, which is how to be really efficient while searching for articles. And my answer is that it's good to invest some time in learning how to search so that you can be super efficient and get great results. So let's pretend that you are working on your 379 project and the topic is diversity representation at Sephora. It's very clear this would be a great title of your paper or your report to the company. But one of my questions as a super searcher is, what do you mean by representation? There are lots of things you could mean. You could mean representation by the staff of Sephora. You could mean representation of the brands that are sold within Sephora. And you could mean advertising. And I'm sure there's other things as well. In this case, we're going to talk about Sephora's use of diversity within advertising. And I break that down into individual words, connecting them with the word and. So Sephora and diversity and advertising. And I really like to use a Jamboard to illustrate this. So for example, Sephora and diversity and advertising. Sounds really simple. However, one of the problems is that that specific search comes up with no results in the library resource and not very many results in Google. So that's this question. And then a related question is, how do you come up with efficiently articles that are related, very related, but might use different words? So my recommendation is to brainstorm and then connect similar words with the word or. So in the example we're using now, you get fewer results with the word and, connecting things with the word and. So you have the whole universe of advertising. You have the whole universe of diversity, and we're connecting them with and so we're getting fewer results with that. But then when we use the word or, we're going to say Sephora or Ulta or Clinique, right? They're related companies. Ulta is very related to Sephora. Clinique is a subset of them, right? Clinique is sold in both of those stores. Or cosmetics or skincare or hair care. And then you get the concepts combined. So you get diversity and advertising, and then parenthetically, Sephora or Ulta or Clinique or cosmetics and so on. And again, we can go back to the Jamboard, and we've got this already set up, Sephora and diversity and advertising. But then we can expand with the word or to do Ulta or Clinique or cosmetics or hair care or skincare and so on. And then and diversity. And here we have a lot of options that we can or together, Black or Asian American or Hispanic and so on. And we can even add more. We can add as many as we want. So Mexican, Chinese American, Latinx, and so on. And then we can add in the word advertising, and we could add related words there connected with or, public relations or marketing or product. And we can even use the word representation. So we could say or representation. And if we look at this, the way we're connecting this is we're getting the word Sephora and the word Black, let's say, and the phrase public relations. Or we're getting Clinique, like we can talk about how does Clinique work with people of color in marketing, for example, or hair care and African American and product, right? So how are products marketed to how are hair care products marketed to African Americans? And these are all related-ish to Sephora and diversity in advertising. So this is a pretty big concept. And what I'd like you to do next is to do the self-check to see how you're doing.